Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You've got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
And Scotty Bonin here with you guys.
We are the Blood Brothers and
O'Neillio.
Yeah. Going back and forth from the Rob to O'Neillio.
Oh, God, I watched Mighty Ducks last week. It still holds
the
up.
original. It is great. Emilio?
I've maybe seen it
Estevez?
once. Maybe once.
How have
Estevez
you
or
only
Estevez?
seen it once? You live in Colorado, and all you people do up there is play hockey?
No, that's Canada.
I don't watch dumb movies like you more than once, like 15 times on The Highwayman.
I'm probably at least 18 or 19.
I still need to watch The Highwayman.
I haven't even watched it
I haven't
yet.
had a chance
How
to.
have you not watched The Highwayman?
I know.
Kevin Costner's just so handsome.
So sexy. So is Harrelson.
Yeah, he's there.
He still has a big space between his teeth, but that's just what his charm is.
That's his calling card now.
Yeah, of course. So here we are.
All right.
Shopping mall. Not shopping, but chopping. Chopping.
What was the tagline?
Have a great day.
It was
have a good day.
Where you'll like lose an arm and a leg or something like that.
Where you'll lose an arm and a leg, like you'll.
Where shopping costs you an arm and a leg.
That's good.
Shopping mall.
That's good. So this was totally a bait and switch movie for me. There was no chopping at all. I thought there was going to be like a Jason type character, Michael Myers type character in this, but
it had a giant robot on the cover, Scotty.
It's like it's a hand. You can't tell it's a robot hand though.
We here at Cult Classic Horror not only research tirelessly.
Is that?
I just hadn't seen this before.
This sounds a lot like the complaint of Bruce Campbell not being in Intruder the whole time,
which was a valid complaint.
I don't know about
terrible movie.
I'm not complaining.
It was an awesome movie. Are you kidding me?
Chud. Chud was a far superior.
Chud. Maybe the first Chud was good, but the other Chuds weren't that great.
No,
they were still they were decent.
Shopping mall.
I'm not giving the flack for killer robots here though, but I was thinking it was going to be like, because I've never seen this. I thought it was going to be like a Jason type. They don't really slashing and chopping her.
At least this cover here on IMDb isn't really a robot hand. It's like it almost looks like a zombie hand with some metallicness to it or something. I don't know.
Which you never see the actual hand in the movie. The hand that's on the movie.
Yeah, no, there's no actual
cover,
hands.
You never see that. Which is a fun fact for you guys. But yeah, let's get into this.
I don't know. I have a lot of notes because I am the one.
I forwarded all my notes to Danny.
I am the one who is forced to watch these movies at least twice for commentary and all the featurettes.
Good man. Hey, I researched thoroughly after I watched the movie.
For 10 minutes, just right where we're sitting here?
It was a good 40 minutes.
No.
Everybody knows.
Before I came here.
Everybody knows our position in the show. Okay, I am most certainly here because of how good I sound.
Oh, your voice is pretty
look.
sexy. Yes.
Danny is the brains behind the operation. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. Danny is the brains behind the operation. Scotty is our wild card. Scotty is our wild factor with his made up words and his Scottyisms.
That's right.
I mean, that's just we can't change the dynamic now.
You can't. I'm usually the fat guy, but the fact guy.
I don't think that's usually. I don't know about that.
But well, not in depth like you've been doing in these last like 3 or 4 movies.
Well, that's
that
how
we've
it
done.
is from now on.
But because you've gotten the commentary and whatnot and the featurettes. But usually I spill it.
Scotty is a mature adult, and he knows that Danny's new role as watching the movies 3 or 4 times and ordering them on Blu-ray DVD and doing the commentaries and then taking all the notes is just better for everybody that way.
Well, I can just have the next one shipped to Scotty's house, and he can watch
I gladly.
commentaries and featurettes.
Don't paint yourself in there like that, Scotty. You don't want to live that life. It's just
It won't happen. We'll have.
Or we could
like,
just-
I only made it through half of it.
We could just
I
watch
ran out of time.
watch them together and do it.
Maybe if Rob can just live in a livable state with the rest of us.
I am in a halfway livable state.
All right, Chopping Mall.
Let's get into this
Chopping
one.
Mall, all
Let's get
right.
into it.
So here we are at the beginning of the film. Opens up.
Glass break.
The director said, I think I heard him wrong in the commentary because, I think it was John.
John
Wynorski who said
Jim Wynorski.
Oh, yeah, Jim Wynorski who said so and so worked with me on Blair. I heard Blair Witch, but Jim Wynorski has nothing to do with Blair Witch, right? So
I don't know.
I'm
not
just going to confirm that real quick because there's no way in hell that no.
I mean, these movies are
He does
very
not.
far apart in time.
He has done Fire from Below with
Blair Witch
Kevin
was
Sorbo.
Blair Witch was 96, right? Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo or the OG Hercules.
Yeah, whenever I think of Kevin Sorbo, that's what I think of. OG Hercules. I just think of like low budget, bad fantasy.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, was he ever in anything else but OG Hercules?
Oh, he also worked in a movie. I'm talking about Wynorski still. With Ice-T called Final Voyage on a cruise ship.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Okay, that has to be on the show.
Final Voyage. This is the story of a modern day pirate madman
Here it
with
is.
a crew of 8.
Here's what you were thinking of, Danny. The Bear Wench Project.
Oh my
is
goodness,
what he did.
that's what he said.
The Bear Wench
Is it
Project,
like a spoof?
2003, and then there was a second one and a third one made. The Bear Wench Project 3, Nymphs of Mystery Mountain.
Just great movies all around.
That's what you were thinking of, was the Bear. And then there's the Bear Wench, the final chapter.
Oh.
This must have been really good.
Allow me to just share some of the movie titles with you that Jim Wynorski has directed.
I think he really liked like wenches and tons of naked
Let's
girls
see.
in his movies.
Cobra Gator, Sexapede, Pleasure Spa, Piranaconda,
The Witches of Breastwick.
Camel
We
Spiders.
need to write. Oh, yeah, we need to keep all these. We need this guy right here.
Ooh.
We will have months of content.
Ooh, The Devil Wears Nada.
I was just going to say that one.
Dude, this guy does.
The Lusty Busty Baby Q.
I mean, this guy
Baby
is.
Q.
I'm looking at the years here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy does like 6 to 10 films a year.
It's crazy.
Consistently.
It's given me a lot of hope for our future in
Sexapede.
movies.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
This guy stayed working, and I appreciate anybody who has an appreciation for puns.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and
Scared topless.
and guess that
I'm just
most
keep saying
all of
these.
these movies are like made by the same people. Like he's got
yeah.
an in, or he's the one making them, and
He's got the
funding
crew.
them.
He's still making them. He's 68 years old, and his last movie title was 2018.
He has 103 credits as a director.
Damn.
So
The Bear Wench Project. That's what you were thinking. So there's some ideas that he pulled in out of this into the Bear Wench Project, because this was obviously before that was shot.
he just said that someone worked with him in this and on that one. It might have been the guy Russell Todd who played Rick Stanton.
Who was in Friday the 13th Part 2.
Well,
Very
He played Scott in Friday the 13th Part 2. Russell Todd did.
the only Scott in horror is in Evil Dead, and I stick to it.
Scotty. That's me. Yep.
So of course, yeah, we have some recognizable faces. You have Barbara Crampton, probably the most recognizable, who's Reanimator, but has done some newer stuff.
She did she was in The Littlest Reich.
Yep. So yeah, Barbara Crampton, like we said, all these things, and then you have
Puppet Master. Reanimator.
We already. Where the fuck?
Man,
I can't go back.
I think Puppet Master was better than that no Bruce Campbell having movie.
Dude, that was a good.
I don't
just
know.
because Bruce Campbell wasn't there doesn't mean it was a bad movie.
I don't think I could jump on board with that.
This other girl who was technically the lead, Kelly Maroney, I didn't really like her that much. I didn't even think she was that attractive. I guess she did an okay acting job. Wasn't bad there. Really has no.
She played
has
Allison.
some credits.
She played like the last girl standing.
Yeah. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She's been in True Blood recently.
That's what I remembered her from was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, so I don't know. She's okay. I just sort of would have thought they would have maybe got this being an 80s horror movie. Maybe they would have got someone a little more attractive.
Well, Wynorski got her because he had a crush on her, I think.
Well, he liked her in Night of the Comet, which she was in previous to this. And she does okay. She does a good job. It's just, me. No one in this damn movie looks that great to me because it's 80s and they all got the 80s hair and the.
Oh, the 80s hair is the.
No.
I liked the girl that was with our chewing gum guy, Mike, John Terlesky.
Right.
Leslie. She played Leslie. Her name's Susie Slater. I think she was pretty hot.
I bet it is. It's definitely a stripper name.
Susie Slater.
No, but Wynorski got Kelly Maroney because. He had seen Kelly in a couple things and wanted to date her, so he figured the one way to make that happen was to put her in this movie.
Those must be rumors.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Yeah.
Rudy's here.
I mean, I can believe it. This guy right here apparently has issues.
Yeah.
Rumors. Rumor has it. All right, so in the opening scene when they have just shown the advertisement for... What do they call him in this? I don't remember what they call him in this. The security system.
I don't remember what they call him either.
Oh, it's I got it right here. Securetronics, I think.
Securetronics. Yeah, so you can't even tell in the movie at all, but there's like an old guy that stands up to ask a question, and you only see him from the back/side, and that's Angus Scrimm.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he was there.
Wow.
I guess the two people who are the husband and wife that are sort of funky, like the comedic relief in that scene.
Yeah.
They're sort of known. Paul Bartel and Mary Woronov. I'm trying to see what else has like Paul Bartel done. They
were in Eating Raoul together.
Escape from L.A. He's been in The Usual Suspects, Piranha. So anyways, they had actually written three cutaway scenes for that couple that would be further on in the movie, but they just didn't have enough money to shoot them.
I guess they were the same couple in a TV or movie called Eating Raoul, which I've never even heard of. But
no, I've never heard of either.
It was the same couple in that movie that he put in this.
It sounds like a Latino porno.
Yeah, Raoul, Eating Raoul.
But which is the best kind,
of course.
But they didn't have enough money because I guess one of the scenes involved a horse inside the mall, and it didn't work out.
I mean, how expensive is a horse?
I don't know. I guess getting it inside the mall, they had to have permission. They would have had to have permission. So they shot this at Sherman Oaks Galleria, which
is infamous for Commando.
Yes. Yep, that's right.
And Fast Times at Ridgemont High, both movies.
They tried to get it at They tried to do it at the Beverly Center, which was a slightly bigger mall, but they weren't granted access. But the exterior shot of the mall is the Beverly Center in the beginning, where it has that exterior shot.
When in doubt, if that's too much money, just go to the Sherman Oaks Galleria. They know that they'll say yes.
Yes, yeah. Apparently.
Yes.
Apparently they're a very easy sell.
Yeah. But that whole opening scene was shot. It was like 3 a.m. There's extras, and they're tired as hell.
I'm assuming they have to film when the mall closes, and then stop by the time it opens.
And they weren't really on. The extras weren't there for the whole shoot, so filming at 3 a.m. was rough for them, as opposed to everyone else who had been there, 20 days doing night shoots.
Yeah.
So it really has a like slight Dawn of the Dead feel.
It kind of does.
I'm relating it also to we were talking about the skyscraper subgenre, and I know the mall is not a skyscraper, but it sort of fits in just because they're isolated in a large building, at night with all these things.
Yeah.
Well, I think it also fits in for probably maybe I don't know, but I assume people of our age, maybe a little younger. I don't think anybody goes to the mall anymore.
No,
but I definitely remember going to the mall as a kid.
Oh, it was the best place to go.
So it's kind of like a familiarity almost. Oh yeah,
you ride your bikes down there and you go hang out and walk around the mall.
Went to Spencer's Gifts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Spencer's Gifts. Ate at East Coast
see all those.
Pizza.
You see all those sex toys that were in the back.
Go to the arcade.
Oh yeah, in our mall we had a half pipe.
What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for skateboarders and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. We go to the movies. Yeah, mall was where it was happening before. When we used to go on tour as a band,
go to the mall.
Yeah, we
go to
would
the mall and hang out
to kill time. We'd wherever the mall was in that town, we'd just go fucking hang out.
Go and eat at the food court and watch a movie and just go look at random stores.
So, but yeah, no, it for more than one reason, it reminds me of Dawn of the Dead. Not just because they're in a mall and they have sort of free range, which they sort of don't because the robots are there, but this whole two different stunts, basically. One main stunt of the guy being thrown off the third level,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then there's no CGI except for a couple of these laser things, but no CGI. So they had a stuntman jump from level 3 onto a big old, air mat or whatever. And, which is real reminiscent because, didn't Tom Savini take the jump in Dawn of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Himself off of it onto some kind of mat?
Yeah, he did. And usually, like, the cast likes to see the director do it first, as we noticed in Poltergeist. So I guess Wynorski did volunteer to try the stunt himself, as long as they set it up for him, from the second level. And he did the stunt, but found out he had broken a rib in the process. But he didn't tell anyone that he broke his rib, so he just shook it off and see, it's fine, good to go.
That's right,
but then,
perfectly said.
Well,
then later on,
he went up to the third level. That's where the stunt was being done.
Yeah,
from.
but then he did it. I think
and
he did it.
He's like, nope, not doing it. Then he went to the second level.
Yeah.
and did it.
Still broke his rib.
And he broke his rib from falling off the air mat.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other one at the end is when Maroney is hanging by the railing.
Oh, that's right.
They had another stunt woman fall onto a mat then, and she really wanted to do it herself, but
I thought it was a canopy.
Didn't end up doing it.
It was a mat?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was a canopy. I don't know.
In the movie, it looks like a canopy.
Oh,
but I'm sure it's a mat. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's just why it was reminding me of Dawn of the Dead. You have Savini jumping off levels, and you have
you're in a mall too.
They're in the mall.
Of course, it's killer robots, not zombies walking after you.
Well, and speaking of the robots, they weren't. It might be obvious. They weren't made of metal. There
was a lot of recycled parts. They were made of old wheelchair parts, like conveyor belts, and
they're pretty cool. I kind of want to see if there's one of those Etsy sellers that has a life size one I can keep in the living room.
Yeah, for $5,800.
Yeah, I'm sure because I know a life size version of Little Shop of Horrors plant is pretty expensive. It's it's $8,000.
Oh, you've looked?
Oh, multiple times.
Yeah, they were inspired by the 1954 film Gog, the robots. They had kind of the same kind of design. And who was the guy that designed them?
Robert Short,
Robert Short, yeah.
Short.
So he designed them, and they made 5 of them, but you only see 3 in the movie, but they did make 5.
I think they only made 3.
Really?
That's
okay.
what
Well, I was reading that they made 5, but
I watched a featurette specifically on the robots.
Okay.
And
yes, Danny got the limited edition Blu-ray.
I think there was 3 that were made exactly alike, but then there was 2 other ones that were backups that didn't look like them.
I got the Vestron special edition.
All right.
Blu-ray with 3 featurettes and 3 commentaries.
Gee, many Christmas.
So I tell you what,
So anything that I say
Don't
is
you
not
ever
true.
get on to me about the amount of spare time that I have.
Oh shit! Watching one hour and 20-minute movie twice as opposed to complete seasons of shows in a week span.
I mean, just because I use my time wisely.
And The Highwayman 24 times in the last 2 weeks.
I am probably at least 24 times because now I watch it before I go to bed.
But you're not like tentatively watching it each of these 24 times. It's just on, right?
I think I
playing
have
on in the background.
I think I have probably like legitimately watched it all the way through, like edge of my seat, paying attention, listening to every word at least 6 times.
And how many of those while masturbating?
I need to do that. Naked.
Well, how else do you watch a movie?
Well, Kevin
With Costner in
movie.
it.
Is that what
But
you're
if
saying?
Costner's not in it, you would just keep the pants on.
I'm sorry, it's not a movie, it's a film.
That's right. That's right.
So there were 3 robots, and one was like the main robot that had all the functions and all the detail and everything, and was remote controlled via radio. And the other 2, I think, were pulled along by cables, and the third one didn't quite have as much detail as the others. And then you see they're numbered in the film, but those numbers were removable and interchangeable, so if they needed to switch number 2 to the functioning one or number 3 to the remote one, then they could do that. So then when they blow everything up at the end, they just put the number 3 in there and blew it up. So, anyways,
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the
they're pretty
robot from Short Circuit.
yeah,
Oh,
Johnny
yeah.
Five. No, disassemble Johnny Five.
I don't think I've even seen that
I
whole
think-
movie.
How have you not seen? Well, you said, you know what? You're just too cool. You're just too cool for school, I guess,
too
huh?
cool. I'm too busy
I
catching
think
up
I've seen Short Circuit.
Too busy watching all my Game of Thrones, Sir Robert Baratheon.
Oh God, such a trash show.
You haven't even watched it. You haven't even watched it.
I've watched the whole first season. I know
You
all
did
about
not.
the
You
Games
didn't.
No, you
of
didn't.
No,
Thrones.
you didn't.
You don't.
You didn't.
I know that Sean Bean dies.
Yeah, but if you would have watched the whole season, you would have moved on to the second season.
Look, okay, no, I wouldn't have because I watched that first season. And that obnoxious little punk of a prince or king or whatever.
but he dies
who
later.
Kills Sean Bean. Doesn't matter.
You
I'm
get to
not
see him
wasting-
choke
I
to
can't-
death.
Oh, I watched
now
the Facebook
I'm sure
videos.
everyone's
It was-
seen Game of
It was
Thrones.
not
That's-
pleasing. It doesn't do anything for me. Like I
It
can't,
will
that's
if you
why
see
I can't
it
get
in
into
person.
shows like that, like The Walking Dead or anything else. It's
Well,
like,
The Walking Dead just went horrible.
well, it's like, okay, we have this character that everybody hates. Everybody hates. We cannot stand him. Like, let's just keep him around for like 2 or 3 seasons, and then when he dies, I've wasted 2 seasons.
But he's very pivotal to the story then, and then he finally kills him off.
I think Negan's still alive in The Walking Dead. Is he?
Yes.
I can't even.
I
I
never
can't
got
even
into it.
revisit. I can't revisit.
Apparently,
anyways.
he's a good guy now.
Oh, of course. The
The last like update or whatever. Now I like the guy that isn't the guy that plays him Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
yeah.
I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
but I'm not watching that.
He's like a sophisticated Clive Owen or a poor man's Clive Owen. I don't know how to say it.
No, I
No?
think he's a buff dude, Clive Owen. He's
I guess you're
big
right, but I
and
think
burly.
Clive Owen is a better actor than
Well,
him.
he's British. He's going to be a better actor.
Of course, all British,
right.
all British actors are better.
I
But
do
no.
really actually like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Though.
I do. I can't even really think of other things he's in, but I know I've seen him in other.
He was in The Possession. He did the Possession movie about the box, the Dybbuk box.
The Possession.
Is that Sam Raimi's The Possession?
Was that a Sam Raimi movie? Hold on.
No, Sam Raimi was
He was.
You Drag Me to Hell.
Well, yeah, but there's another Sam Raimi.
This may be Raimi then, but this came out around the same time, I think, as Drag Me to Hell. But no, it's a Possession. It's a Jewish exorcism. It's got Modest Yahoo in it, the famous Hasidic Jew reggae rapper.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, there's.
Is that Sam Raimi?
It's not Sam Raimi.
Oh,
no.
it's not.
I know. I've seen this.
I think this
I
was
think I've
like
seen it.
this was one of his first big movies. Bigger movies for Jeff. But that's where I first saw him. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in The Possession. And
He's in
awesome.
he's in Grey's Anatomy.
This
like
has
big
the
time.
This has the freaking same plot as what is the Raimi movie where she gets a freaking box, like a music box. This girl buys an antique box at yard sale, unaware inside Live something. Unless this was like produced by Taper or something.
Maybe it was.
Look at this.
I think it was.
There had to be a connection.
If you haven't seen it, it's actually really good.
Hold on. Where's the crew credits?
I want to know what this Sam Raimi movie you're talking about is that I haven't seen.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I thought, or maybe he like commented on it. It was like a big marketing angle for something.
I thought he had something to do with, or maybe it's something. I thought it was
I'm just gonna pull up Sam Raimi and see. Sorry, we're on like total sidetrack here.
No. This is important.
Yeah, but I actually I'll kind of go around while you're looking it up. You were talking about Short Circuit. There was actually a moment in this movie that kicks off the action. Is identical to Short Circuit.
The Possession was produced by Sam Raimi.
See, yep, I knew it.
Oh, it was.
And Taper.
Raimi and Taper were in on it.
Yep, here it is, producer. So
I knew it.
Yep, that's what it is.
It's really that's actually one of my I guess you could say sleeper recommendations. It's really good.
I mean, it
legitimately is really good.
I gotta watch her again.
So I was talking about that. Where you're talking about Short Circuit, there's a almost
no disassemble Johnny 5.
So where the robot gets struck by lightning, or where the mall gets struck by lightning, that happens in Short Circuit too. But the results are opposite. In Short Circuit, the killer military robot becomes a sweetheart, whereas in Shopping Mall, obviously the security robots become killers because of the lightning strike, which were
did you just call them robots?
Robots. Robots for short.
I call them robots.
Nice.
Robots
drives my wife crazy. In a good way. It just really revs the.
It's just shorter. It's easier to say.
So, anyways, we get introduced to the ladies, the main ladies, which is Barbara Crampton and Maroney. I forget her first name already.
And Kelly Maroney.
You don't have any fizzy shaft feelings for these 80s hard.
No, I mean
hard bodies.
I think that Crampton was the cutest of them all, and I think they were all decent actresses.
Carrie Emerson, she was Linda. She was cute too.
So they're waitresses at the whatever Italian shop inside the mall,
Diner,
restaurant.
Italian, yeah. It looks like a dive Italian restaurant.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when she drops the plate, it's definitely pizza and corn. So there was corn on her pizza, I guess. It's a specialty pizza place.
Why would there be pizza and corn?
I don't know, but there is when she drops it on the floor.
Someone likes corn on their pizza.
And then
that's disgusting. That's almost as disgusting as Lance Wagner's obsession with pineapple on pizza.
I don't mind. I don't order it, but I don't mind pineapple on pizza.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan, but I'll eat it.
Pineapple on pizza does not mean that it's good. It's like saying I don't mind cheese, but when it's mixed with broccoli, it's doable. It's disgusting.
Anyways, when they pop back up and actually take some plates out, one of the plates has pizza and white bread on it.
They just have to put random food on there.
A piece of white bread.
Did you guys notice also in the diner? I think when she's walking out, there's a poster of a Slumber Party Massacre poster.
Well, there's posters
in the background
all over this damn movie of Wierzbowski, Wynorski's movies.
Well, I thought they were Corman's movies.
Well, Corman, but a lot of them Wynorski. I mean, the one right in the background has his name right in the credits right there.
Yeah, Roger Corman, because he helped produce this.
Well, Corman, it wasn't even him. It was his wife or daughter? Wife?
I think wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who produced this?
Julie Corman.
Yeah. What's Wierzbowski from? Huh?
Wierzbowski? Where's
That's what I said.
It sounds familiar.
Say Poland.
Wierzbowski. Fucking aliens.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
There it is. Yep.
Did we cover Slumber Party Massacre?
Aliens. No, we didn't cover that. Everyone's voting on it right now.
Are we certain about this?
Yeah, I'm certain. I've never seen that. I would know.
Well, I know that I've watched it recently, and it couldn't have been for any other reason but to do this podcast.
No, I think I remember
tortured myself.
I think I remember you watching it, but just because a couple of the guys in the group were super recommending it.
Maybe
Lance Dale or something. Yeah,
I think I watched 2 of them.
Yeah, we got to cover them still.
Yeah, Roger Corman.
I think I got the credit for watching them by myself.
Roger Corman has 415 producing credits.
Oh, Roger Corman, yeah, it's
Silence of the Lamb. I mean, he's done so much. That's why he had he has a lot of his characters, like you were saying, those two. But he had Dick Miller as Walter Paisley as the janitor in this, and he played the same character in A Bucket of Blood, 1959. Which was also another Roger Corman production. And he was in what movie? Yeah, he was in The Howling. That's where I recognize Dick Miller from.
Dick Miller's been in everything.
I mean, he's been in everything, but I just remember him in The Howling. I mean, he was in Gremlins as well.
He was great in The Howling as the silver bullet guy.
Yeah,
Corman's obviously a legend, and he had a lot to do with this film. Although I don't know if he's even listed as a producer, but he was literally watching dailies every day with the director, with these guys, with Jim, and with the second unit director, who was on the commentary as well, Steve Mitchell maybe, and I mean he was making decisions on cuts here and there, and he was watching dailies, and he was So I don't is he credited? But
I don't think he is credited.
He was part of this whole process, like day to day.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of help. I think he helped his wife a lot because Julie Corman had a deal with Vestron, which was what put up the money for this to make the horror movie, and then Wynorski agreed to write a quick cheap script so he could and if he was able to direct, he would write it too, and that's how it happened. And with Steve Mitchell too, just like you were saying.
Yeah.
But they wrote the script, and Julie Corman just helped produced the whole thing with her movie deal.
Yeah.
Oh, holy God!
Holy Moses! Oh.
Sons of a bucket of blood.
Speaking of buckets of blood, that means it's time for the horror halftime. How were you guys on? That didn't work very well.
Our minds were in one.
We've had Pizza Hut recently, so we're like connected.
We are very.
I did have Pizza Hut like a week ago, but anyways,
you got to do it at least every like 6 to 7 days.
Now
you got to keep it in. You got to keep it going, streaming through the DNA.
That's true. Well, there were some.
If we could ever get a sponsorship with Pizza Hut.
Well, there were some awesome memes from you guys who always put up memes, and we really appreciate it. But there were no new people, and so it's just
no newcomers for Poltergeist 3.
So no winner per se, but everyone who participates is a winner in my book.
Yes.
So
we just won't give you anything.
Yeah, exactly. So
I saw your guys' memes. We know who you are.
So love I know Dave Heinrich again, who just won last week. I just put in the order for his shirt.
Freddie Torres had a good one.
Torres,
David Martin.
You guys are
with the Die Hard one.
Yeah.
Some good Pizza Hut one still.
So we appreciate all the hard work on the memes, and I think Christopher Ellswick had another one too that was pretty awesome. So just keep putting them in the group. You know what I think has helped listenership the most is spreading things like all the Pizza Hut fiasco in the group. So
people are getting very curious,
and people are they're like, "What's up with all this pizza stuff?"
Yeah,
listen to the podcast.
People
then
get
you will
very,
know.
very curious when we have inside jokes that we share in the group, and so it's all fun and games. But on a serious note, like, please do that more often if you guys are willing to. We just love it. Of course, make the memes for the horror halftime, but if you can make multiple ones and post them in the group. So that it creates more curiosity and drives more people to listen to the show, then that's awesome. That helps us out a lot.
Yes.
So we really appreciate it. Cool. So, yeah, I was just telling the guys, because we talk about this sometimes on Horror Halftime, you got to get your memes in next week from this film.
Chopping Mall.
We sort of want to do a couple one-offs, and I think it's come time that we need to do The Burning next week.
Yes.
So I believe that's what we will be doing next week.
Rob's burning right now.
Burning.
He's coughing from all the burning.
All the burning in his urine from his STD.
Venereal disease.
Yes.
Yeah.
1981, The Burning.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. That concludes the horror halftime.
The burning. Summer camp, some teenagers pull a prank on the Camps,
dead meat.
Caretaker, Cropsy.
So they rented out this commercial space inside the mall to be the furniture store. There wasn't actually a furniture store there, although everything else in the mall is pretty much the stores that were there.
God, the furniture store is where all the awesome stuff happens.
kinkiness.
Well, so
everyone gets their own bed to like have sex on and stuff, and man,
it's make love, Scotty. There.
yeah, it's make love. Sorry, I couldn't find the words. Just get their mingle on.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I meant to say. Get their mingle on.
So they rented out this space. They kept all the equipment in the back when they weren't filming during the days. They'd come in at night. They'd pull everything out and film, and had this space rented out and made it to look like a furniture store with some cheap furniture that I think Corman bought and stocked, and then they set dressed. But they did have some people coming in. Some of the turnover there happened, like the mall was closing, but they were getting stuff set up, and they had some instances where either someone would come in to try and shop there or apply for a job there, and they had to be like, no, this isn't a real store. Sorry.
Yeah, a buddy of mine in high school had a job at
A lot of cool
mall.
stuff in there.
At the mall?
I was so jealous.
You were jealous of it?
Yeah, I mean, because that was a cool job, man, to have a job in the mall. He hated it.
You know, if I could go back in time, I either would work at the movie theater or a Blockbuster.
Hell yeah, man, that would have been.
God, I would have loved to work at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Movie theater inside the mall would have been awesome.
I mean, because you're in complete control, man. They have to pay their late fees.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not your fault. You're just following the rules.
Yeah. I'd upsell the shit out of them sour apple straws.
Oh yeah,
I forgot all about the candy section, and they had the popcorn. That came in a popcorn bucket.
They came in the bucket.
Oh,
you just
yeah.
pop it in. Yeah,
Grab a bucket.
pop it in the microwave
sour
right as you get
apple
home.
Candy straws.
I heard there's like, isn't there one Blockbuster still left?
I think one in like Oregon somewhere.
I don't know.
Or
You gotta
Washington?
Google that shit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I saw that like on like a news feed or something.
We have to find it, and we have to like make a patronage to it.
Yeah,
Just to go, because I wonder. I guess it has to be all updated with Blu-rays and stuff.
yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
kind
you
of
think
hoping
so.
that it's not. I'm kind of hoping that they're still full of the same stock that they were full of, like in
Yeah, the old
2000
tapes.
and 2003. Yeah, I want to see like a mix. I want to see a mix of VHS and DVD. You
Yeah.
remember you would go there and, your parents had a
be the
DVD
best
player in
place
the
to go.
living room, and you weren't allowed to use a DVD player in the living room. You still had the hand-me-down VCR, and so you would go there, and all the new releases were Blu-ray and everything, or DVD, and everything else was VHS. So you were like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna get Cliffhanger for the third time."
Yeah. Yep. I love just going in there and looking at the new releases. Then even just going through all the old like horror section and like, all these cool movies.
The horror section was the best. I remember so many of the movies that we've covered, especially at these one-offs like Chopping Mall and Chud and all these others. I hear the name and you immediately can imagine the VHS cover.
Yeah.
Because it was at Blockbuster. It was the one that you maybe have, for a lot of these, the one that I just didn't rent. Like, honestly, like Leprechaun. I remember Leprechaun from Blockbuster. All of them. Just sitting there at Blockbuster. Or Movie Gallery. I guess it really depends.
Killer Nerd. I remember Killer Nerd. That was the
We
one.
didn't go to the Blockbuster very much.
I
We
went to Blockbuster
were a
lot.
movie gallery and Hollywood Video family.
Is that what you had? Movie gallery?
We had
Movie Gallery and Hollywood Video were the two that we had. I mean, we had Blockbuster, but those were the two that we went to.
we had Showtime Video, Showtime, and I think there was and then Blockbuster, but there was another one too. I forgot what it was called, but there was like 3 local ones here. They're all gone. I think I was just reading like the last there's still one open. I think I'm still researching it, but I think it's in Oregon. Last Blockbuster open. Anyways, but yeah, like movies just like these. We should cover Killer Nerd. I'm just looking that up right now. I remember watching that when I was a kid. We just rented it.
Yeah.
I never seen Killer Nerd. I never heard of Killer Nerd.
Anyways, I don't know why
it's very bad,
Why we
but-
even got talking about Blockbuster? Oh, I said I wouldn't work there if I was go back in time. Anyways,
we don't need an excuse to talk about Blockbuster, Danny.
that's true. What was I?
If it
Gonna
wasn't
Bend,
for
Oregon.
Blockbuster,
Bend,
we
Oregon.
wouldn't be where
That's
we
where
are
it's at.
today. I mean, legitimately, if there is no Blockbuster, imagine where we would be today without Blockbuster.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. I used to do Blockbuster.
Probably be listening to mumble rappers and wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, people are doing that anyways. I used to. We
don't like them.
I used to have Blockbuster online before I had Netflix.
Oh, I remember that.
That's right.
Never had it. We had Netflix though.
No, I had Blockbuster online. Yep. And you could trade them in at the store. That was the coolest thing. So,
you could?
Yeah. You could do either, or you could return them at the store, or you could mail them back.
Yeah. See, Blockbuster just had their shit together.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they rented out that furniture store, made it to a furniture-looking store. And then we get introduced to our characters here, the three guys mainly who are working at the store. And you had, Mike Brennan, played by John Terlesky, who
always chewing gum.
Yeah, and I guess that was that was his choice. Like
really?
He brought in the gum and was like, I would like to do this, and Jim was like, yeah, sure, let's keep it, let's do it. And his reasoning behind that was that, he played this character that he thought, I just want everyone to be wanting to punch this guy in the face the whole time because he's such a dick. And
that'll do it.
Yeah, chewing gum like that will definitely accomplish that for sure.
I will say chewing gum does make you feel kind of like a badass, though.
Yeah. You see all the guys chewing gum that are badasses.
The perfect chew going on. You're like, you just, that's right.
Yeah.
And none of y'all can have any.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to the two mechanics, the newlywed mechanics.
Yeah, that's where we get Russell Todd and Carrie Emerson, Linda and Rick.
And they shot that scene. They wanted it to be on a freeway or something, but I guess, I don't know, due to budget. I don't know why that's due to budget, because can't you just go to a freeway? But they shot it on a driveway, like leading into the parking garage of the mall, so it's just outside.
So why? So how they worked at the mall too, or they just end up in the mall?
No,
they're friends with them.
Yeah,
that's
friends.
right.
They're going to the party.
That's right, the party in the furniture store.
And you could tell when they get the car fixed and drive off that the sky is sort of lighting up. Mm-hmm. They were just always fighting daylight, So it was morning. It was about to be morning when they were finishing that up.
I did notice an Oakland Raiders sticker on the window of the Blazer too. Just.
And they
keep my eyes open here.
I think it's shortly after that scene. It is like right after that scene that the two girls are then in the quote unquote locker room, talking about the party and like I guess it would be the locker room at their job at the restaurant. I mean, what kind of restaurant job has a locker room anymore that you can shower at?
Yeah, or there's like
that's something that I never experienced.
Or a public locker room in the mall, maybe.
I don't know. I guess it could be, but I don't know. But anyways. Yeah, it wasn't a real locker room. It was just in a hallway that they made to look like a locker room. And someone, towards the end of the scene, walks by in the background just with topless, boobs hanging out.
I did see that, yeah.
And the director said he didn't even want that there, but one of the producers or the distributor, someone was like, you gotta have tits and you gotta have boobs in this scene.
I know, I'm sure that's exactly what
of course.
You gotta have tits.
Yeah. 86, you gotta do it.
Right out and said it.
And then you get the nerd of the group, Ferdy, who they're trying to hook up with Allison, with Kelly, and he seemed like without his glasses, he seemed like a pretty good looking guy too. But that was played by Tony O'Dell.
Then we see shortly after we get introduced to basically the technicians who are running the robots or overseeing them. At least they must work in shifts.
Yeah.
I think it was this guy.
Garrett Graham.
Garrett Graham?
Yeah, he played the second technician.
Second one, yeah. So he's, I guess he was even at that time a bigger deal. He was in a movie called Used Cars that was, I guess.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, pretty big back then. I'm
1980.
trying to scroll down his stuff just to see when.
Child's Play 2. He played. That's where I recognize him from. Was Child's Play 2. He played the dad Phil in that.
But anyways, so I guess he was sort of a bigger deal, the kind where they were like, oh, let's get that guy. And they're like, oh, you'll never be able to get him. And they're like, well, let's just ask. And he's like, yeah, sure. And so they just said he came for one night, paid him like $600. And
he's chewing that donut for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And then obviously he gets shanked by the robot to the back of the neck.
So that's awesome. That's when the lightning hits. The robots start going a little crazy. And then we cut back to them inside the store dancing, and I guess when they filmed that, there was actually no music on set, so they were just dancing around to nothing. And
that's what you do, because you're just so happy.
You just got to dance.
Just dancing out, making out everywhere. There's hams, beer, and PBR.
The song that's playing was actually a theme song from one of Jim's earlier movies. I don't really know what it was, but I thought that was interesting.
And you guys notice the movie that they're watching is the Attack of the Crab Monsters, which is also. It's 1957 Roger Corman film that Allison and Ferdy are watching.
There's a lot of nods to other films in this film. So, and then, this also happened. This is when they're like, basically everyone has their own little corner that they're doing it in. They're basically having an
own
orgy.
Couch. Yeah, big orgy, just little corners of the other room.
And you have Barbara Crampton who takes her shirt down, shows her boobies, and then turns around and jumps on it. And I guess during the first cast and crew screening, they were watching, and Barbara watched herself do that and turned around and was like, I have it written down here. Turned around and was like, "Aren't my breasts lovely?"
Yes,
like, yes,
they were.
Yes, ma'am.
But apparently, she smelled like pepperoni during this. So that's like the worst pickup line that her boyfriend did.
Yeah.
But he likes the smell of pepperoni.
Really?
I was kind of about to say that's not really spoiling it for me. To be honest with you,
he was probably whiffing it from the bed over because she had the pepperoni nipples.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was from Leslie, right?
Yeah.
The one that Mike was with.
Then we have the cutaway to Dick Miller, which was basically, he just put in because of the guy he is. They say that the director was saying that they'll just get applause and laughter right away when Dick Miller is on screen when he pops on in that little cutaway there.
Do that again, you dead meat.
So that was pretty funny. He's a legend.
Then he gets electrocuted so eloquently by the electric shock into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When we go back there, Leslie wants whatever his name is, Gum Chewer, to go get
Mike.
Wants Mike to go get her cigarettes, and so he
Virginia
goes out.
Virginia Slims, was it? I don't like. He's
Virgin
like,
Slims.
Oh yeah,
or something.
Virgin Lights. I think it was.
Lights,
It's like, there's a pack of Camels underneath the cash register. No way. I only smoke Virgin Lights.
That's right.
Yeah. He goes out, and while he's at the cigarette machine, which is I unplugged, by the way, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, there's no lights on.
The phone rings behind him, and he answers it and says something. And in the commentary, the director was like, "Oh, yeah, no one really laughs at that joke, but no one really gets it. It's funny though." I'm like, "What joke?" He just answers the fucking phone and hangs it up.
Yeah, I didn't catch the joke.
It was kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I don't really know what that was for.
Then he says the Clatti of Rata Nicto to the robot.
Yeah, he does because of the. What is that? Day the Earth Stood Still, or
it originated.
Army of Darkness.
Well, yeah, that's how
everyone
I know
thinks
it mostly.
but it technically originated from the day the Earth stood still.
Yeah.
Also
I'm pretty sure
referenced.
it originated from Ash Williams.
Yes, that's what we all know it from.
And then they go to the sporting goods store to arm up, and there just happens to be a M16 at your friendly sporting goods store.
Yeah,
this is the 80s.
It was
a better time for everybody.
Peck and Paz.
It was when this country
sporting
was
goods store.
still free.
Yeah, I don't think you would have seen that. And the director totally admitted that. He's like, yeah, probably wouldn't have been in M16 there, but that was just so we could have some fun.
Well, maybe not there, but I mean, obviously they've never been to Florida.
Obviously not.
What does he say after he gets the M16? He says something that I did not make sense. He's like, "Let's go send those fuckers a romogram or something." He says that. He's like, "Let's go send those fuckers a romogram." I'm like, "What the fuck's a romogram?"
I don't know, but he felt empowering.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all that matters.
I stopped it twice and listened to it again. I'm like, "What the?" And I looked it up, and there's no word. I have no idea what that means. Must be related to like a robot or something.
So they have this scene right afterwards where it's like a shootout, and then the thing comes around the corner shooting lasers at them. And
why are they equipped with lasers?
I don't know.
Apparently
these are basically just mall security guards who don't carry anything more than a flashlight and a whistle.
Now they have lasers.
And what I don't get, like, apparently these hot pink lasers being shot out, and some of them were green, I think, too. They get shot at Leslie, the hot girlfriend that's running, because she just saw Mike's throat slit. She's running, and she gets hit in the butt a couple times. She gets hit in, like, the arm. So apparently it doesn't really do too much harm, but then it shoots her, and her head completely blows up. And so I guess
which has been dubbed the second best head explosion in any movie.
Really?
From what I hear, the first being Scanners.
So apparently, the Scanners head blow up was awesome.
Yeah.
So apparently that last laser shot was really
that was the one.
The one.
Yeah, and the editing on that just sort of came out by luck. I mean, they had a dummy head, but the editor realized you can't even look at that dummy head for 1 second because it looks so fake, and so you really don't even ever see it.
You see, like, her hair sitting there, with her body on the ground.
So,
pretty cool.
But what I was going to say about that scene is they went off during the commentary. They went off into a sort of a funny story. You see the lasers come, and the laser like hits one of the concrete beams behind them, which is one of the only things you actually like sort of see it hit in the background, and. They said that pole back there. They dubbed it Pat's pole because there was this worker from the mall, Pat. I don't even know what she did, but she just hated them being there and was looking for any excuse to kick them out or yell at them or catch them doing something. And it was just one of those big old concrete beams that I think one of the one of the what they call it zirconium. Bullet shot or whatever they were using to make the laser flashes or something.
Some kind of special effect.
Left like a small, tiny black mark on the concrete pole, like it burned it slightly. And she just like lost her shit, I guess. And was like, "Wah!" And like got the owner of the whole complex, the whole mall, to come down because she just said that they ruined the whole mall. And I guess the owner came and looked and was like, you guys are totally fine.
Yeah.
So
yeah, apparently, I think, a lot of the employees in the mall hated the movie crew. And the owner's like, I don't give a shit.
From then on, they called it Pat's Pole.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
The beam there. So that was pretty funny. What's next on my thing here? This one's pretty bad. I'm surprised I didn't notice it more when I was watching. I noticed it the most during the commentary. But when they're setting up, you know how they set up the propane on top of the elevator?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I was wondering what they were doing.
Yeah, so that's not really, they had to like build the elevator basically. So they go in the actual elevator and start to climb up through the top, but then that doesn't really lead to the top. Then it cuts back to it, and it's like this set they've built that looks like an elevator in the shaft there. And the more you look at it, the more it's like a really poorly built set. Like there's still masking tape on the top edge, and you can plainly see it there when they're like setting everything up. Mm-hmm. It's just like right there, but it's painted gray to match, but it's just flimsy masking tape. And then again, when they actually pull it off, they come back, and he climbs up through the ceiling. It cuts to him on top, like shutting the door, but it's this like plywood hatch he's shutting with like some of that. The handle is made out of that. You can buy those like rolls of almost like aluminum or light steel. What is it? It's like a flat ribbon made of steel, but with a bunch of holes in it. So you can attach things to things, or We use it in the theater a lot.
It's like very bendable.
Yeah.
And you can just like bend it and or twist it and turn it. And
we use them at the theater to like hold up light bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that's what the handle.
It's like tape.
That's what the handle was made.
Tape.
That's what the handle was made out of.
Jeez.
And so it was a little ridiculous.
So this is after like you see the women up in the heating vents. They get way too sweaty and hot, so they got to jump out. And they take the gasoline, and obviously the fire doesn't kill them. So the only way to kill these guys is these propane tanks. And I guess the one died in the elevator, right?
That's what we were led to believe.
I guess we were led to believe that.
Yeah, I believe it. That's what they were trying.
And this is where we see. This is the second time it's said. I think it's said 3 times in this, where Allison no one can hit the fucking propane tanks on top of the elevators. There's like 3 people shooting at it, and then she finally like, give me your gun, and Allison takes whatever the guy, the nerdy guy's gun, and first shot just blows it up, and then he's like, nice shot.
Yeah, he says it like 4 different times.
And then she like throws the cup and behind her and swishes it in the trash can, and then so. And then obviously at the very end we hear it again. Yeah. So
so the scene where they actually lit a person on fire, where they make the little Molotov cocktails out of the gasoline. First of all, before that, when they are I'm going to rewind all the way back because I just missed a note. I had actually wrote it later on. When they sort of hide in whatever it is, some kind of storage area, and the robots blow the door off by like putting
it's before the heating vents.
Look like toothpaste, before the heating vents. When they lift the first person up to go into the vent, you can clearly see someone in the vent like holding their hand down to help them.
Oh, I think I did see something there too.
But none of them have gone up in the vent yet, so it's obviously a crew member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious. They were like so obviously someone right there. But anyways, I just had to.
I forgot a line too that I wanted to say. One of my favorite lines in this movie was, this is going way back to the freaking diner. That guy that he has food all over his shirt and he's eating, and obviously the cook has food all over his shirt. But there's that one little line, waitress, more butter, and then it pans to the next scene.
Yeah, it was horrible acted.
That was the most awesome line I've ever heard.
It had to have been inserted later or something. It looked totally out of place. Or sounded totally out of place.
It sounded way out of place.
But the stunt person who was on fire, they shot it a lot longer, but had to cut it way down so they didn't get an X rating. I guess someone on fire constitutes an X rating if it's happening for too long.
Well, I mean, despite my love for the 80s, that is probably the only bad part of the 80s. Was the ridiculous MPAA that we've all discussed in so many of our movies, like the Friday the 13th.
There's
5, or I believe it was 5. Yeah, that it would get an X rating if the decapitated head bounced more than once on the ground.
There was so many little rules back in the 80s.
So dumb.
And like nowadays,
that's why we have to take this government down from the inside. I'm finally getting an opportunity to talk about this.
Oh. All right.
No, you're supposed to stop me, Danny.
Stop. Just stop.
But the thing that I miss about the movies today, you don't get the big long intro with the montage and 80s music like we did for this with a lady carrying the tray of drinks around and spilling them, and man, that was awesome. And the kids riding skateboards through the mall.
Yeah.
Just better times, man.
Yeah.
just makes you want to go get you a nice hot slice of Pizza Hut pizza.
It really does.
From the buffet.
And just carrying a tray of Cokes and pizza. So good.
Sake. So when they originally built the robots, they built them to fit up the escalators at the other mall, the one in Los Angeles. And when they ended up shooting in Sherman Oaks, the robots were too wide by like a foot. So, if they couldn't get up the escalators, it made no sense that they would be hunting them. They could just go up an escalator and be safe. And so they actually had like the top half of the robot, they put it onto someone's head and they, sat in the escalator and went up. And that's how they got those shots.
Nice. Seemed like
I
those
remember
robots
thinking
could
that
just
watching
tip
the
over.
movie, like, just go up the stairs or something. But then, they made sure to put that, the meow, beep, boop, and it's just cruising up the escalator.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the stairs are right there, and like the elevator, you're trying to get in the elevator. Oh yeah, you're setting the bomb.
Did anyone else notice that when the guy died, the mechanic guy, what's his?
Mike.
When Mike died with the M16.
Not Mike. Sorry, it's Russell Todd. Rick. When Rick dies, it shows him, and then when it cuts back, it's like clearly a dummy laying there. Oh,
with a gun next to him. I don't know if you saw that because there's that.
His death was weird. He takes like the little mall shopping mobile thing or the security mobile.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, and he like runs into the robot and going
explodes.
1 mile per hour. It was not that great.
And then when you see the explosion, he's suddenly a dummy so that he doesn't get hurt, obviously. Then it goes back and it's not a dummy anymore, and it's very obvious. You guys got to watch that.
Because he gets very mad because his wife just got killed. Linda got killed, and I think I saw him flop around like a dummy. Yeah, that was pretty noticeable.
Well, it's only when he's laying there.
Okay.
It just cuts back and the dummy's just laying on the ground. Because there's like fire next to it or something.
Yeah.
You could tell they didn't want to put him there.
If it was him, they would have got that rating.
Yeah. Wynorski voiced the robot. So
I did see that.
He did the robot voices. There's only a few lines, but it's interesting.
What's the line? Thank you for coming.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
That's right. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Beep boop zorp. Have good day.
Beep boop. It's like the
malfunction.
It's like
malfunction.
The Cleveland robot in the Star Wars of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Beep boop. Beep boop.
Apparently, every window in the shopping stores are very breakable too. Because like the robots break through them, they can throw cigarette ashtray things through them. What's her name? Allison just smashes through one with her sweater over her head.
She just puts her elbows in front of her face and walks into it.
She's a badass, though, I must say.
They had those the scorpion and spiders and snakes in the pet shop.
Oh, yeah.
They actually brought those on set, and he had a wrangler for them, and he assured
Kelly
Maroney that they had worked with all the greats and everything, and they're fine. And so she said, well, I'm not, or I think it was Jim who said, I won't make you put anything on you that I won't put on myself. So he was fine with the tarantula and the snake, but he would not touch the scorpion. So she didn't have to have the scorpion near her. So
I wouldn't trust the scorpion.
Yeah. So it's so he did all that first.
I was thinking like
dealt with him.
I saw like the dogs and stuff. I was wondering if they were going to use the dogs, but then you see the cat jump in right as she's leaving.
Yeah, there's two jump scares basically in this movie. One is when like almost an alien looking thing falls from the ceiling. It's earlier when she's near storage or whatever, but it's really like a bunch of some duct tape mesh shit. And then the other is when she's leaving the pet shop. And you can't see what it is, but it's like a rubber lizard that flies by her head.
I thought that was a cat.
No, it's a rubber lizard.
Okay, shit.
Yeah, that's what they said. So, rubber lizard.
Let's throw a rubber lizard at her while she's leaving the store.
It'll blow her mind, dude.
It'll make all the viewers jump. I jumped.
Yeah. So they did have that last where she's spilling all the paint and everything. All of that when they're dollying by the paint shop.
She must have opened up 100 buckets of paint.
That was all on a set. They did just this end part. They pretty much did on a set, and so she busted those open and
paint thinner,
all that, and they did the explosion in a parking lot. So they built up that set in a parking lot and actually did the explosion and blew up one of the robots and
nice,
and only had one take and. The robot in there, blown up and on fire, is exactly how it looked. They didn't move it around or anything, so they sort of lucked out with that.
Yeah, they looked pretty good.
Yeah,
it did.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
She had a nice shot.
Money shot.
And then she finds what's his name again? What the? Oh yeah, Ferdy.
Well, of course, when he's laying down, there was like a pool of blood under him.
Yeah.
And then he just mopped it up with a roll of teepee.
He just had a roll of teepee, and then she sees him from afar, and he shows her the teepee, and they have a love connection there.
Nice shot. I don't really get it. I don't know what the teepee's all about.
Well, he's keeping the blood from spilling out of his head.
I guess so.
It was shot in 22 days. The budget was $800,000, which was kind of low.
Estimated.
But the director, Wynorski, had no problem with this, as he was just happy to work with, Roger Corman's wife, and he was, I think he had a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, the original title was Robot with a dot in between each letter, Robot, and then it was going to be Killbots. Then they settled on Chopping Mall.
Which I want.
Chopping Mall is perfect.
Chopping Mall is
really
perfect.
is.
I wanted to see a little more chopping though.
Yeah,
I guess there was a lot of chopping in the furniture store with the couples.
Oh yeah.
So we saw that.
Yeah. Good old.
It was good.
It's a good party movie. You put it
Very
on,
good.
you have some fun.
That was an awesome party movie.
Yeah. You just have some good old
It's
fun.
definitely a classic. I can see how it's a classic. I had a lot of fun watching it. I'd watch it again.
And now I own it.
Heck yeah, we can watch special features and commentary again and again.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I mean, I think that pretty much covers Chopping Mall.
Yeah. I had a good time.
It was good. It was good, goodie.
When I get home, I'm gonna put a sweater over my head.
Definite a classic.
Smash through my window.
Yeah. Cool. Well, shit. Next segment. What did you watch?
What did you watch? Oh wait, one more thing I wanted to say.
Always.
Sorry,
every time.
I had my note. I loved her cue line, her ending line when the robot blows up. Hey, have a nice day, and it echoes, and it's a blow up echo, and it was our slow motion there. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, what did you watch?
What did I watch? It's a good.
What did you watch? Tell us.
Trying to find it. I watched The Highwayman.
Yes, we knew that.
Figured.
Hold on, I can never remember what I thought I watched something.
God, what did I watch? I watched a
lot of Game of Thrones.
I did too. Me and Danny and I both are kind of like refreshing and then watching. We both did not watch the premiere of season 8 yet.
Yeah,
I know there's a few mixed things about Game of Thrones here, but I'm a fan.
I don't think I watched other movies. Did I sneak one in? Was that this week that I watched?
I'm trying to think if I got anything in either.
No. I'm excited. I got Upgrade recorded and queued. I really want to see that. So that has Logan Marshall Green or whatever. Looks pretty good.
I did watch Pet Cemetery.
Yes.
Last week.
Yep. I remember we said that. What's that?
Oh, that's what I watched. I watched Days of Thunder.
Ooh.
It's still pretty good.
Days of Thunder, huh?
Have you not seen Days of Thunder?
I haven't. I know what it is. Isn't it a racing movie?
Yeah, it's a Tony Scott, Tom Cruise. I mean, it's like Top Gun but with NASCAR.
Oh. That other movie.
I watched something else. What is Homecoming?
That other movie in theaters, the Curse of La Llorona looks
La Llorona.
Yeah.
La Llorona.
La
Llorona.
Llorona. Danny with the Spanish.
La Llorona.
That looks pretty good. La Llorona.
La Llorona. That looks really good. Black Summer on Netflix looks really cool. Everybody's talking about that.
Yeah.
I guess Stephen King said it was good. I tried to watch The Silence. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's
they wanted us to push that.
Oh,
that's what I got an email about. They're like, post about this.
Yeah.
Push it off a cliff.
Did you post about it?
Hot garbage.
Well, I didn't
like it.
Then I basically read it's just a complete straight ripoff of A Quiet Place.
It is, but terribly done. I mean, this. I see it here. This is nigh unwatchable, gentlemen.
So I shouldn't watch it.
You watched it?
No, both of y'all should watch it.
Stanley Tucci.
Who I guess is okay. But I got about 40 minutes into it and literally had to turn it off.
You didn't even finish it?
No, that's how. I mean,
is that bad?
It is so bad.
It only has a 5.3 on IMDb out of 10.
I don't know how that high. Because this is one of those movies where like they even CGI the cracks in the windows of the car. They couldn't even afford to crack the window of a Chrysler minivan.
Oh, come on. It's got to hit it with a hammer.
All right.
Do you remember how terrible Jeepers Creepers 3 was?
I haven't watched it.
Oh
yeah, Rotten Tomatoes
did not get good. It's unwatchable. It's
28% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I'm not going to watch it then.
You should try. Give it 30 minutes, then you'll understand.
Oh. All right. Well,
we'll give it a try.
Well, I didn't watch shit, so.
Yeah, me neither. We finally closed Jekyll and Hyde. It's been a busy week, and
yeah,
and need to get my watching in.
Make sure you guys
next week
check out Ty Andreko's new article that dropped. His monthly cemetery columns. Get it? Columns? Cemetery columns.
Ooh.
Cemeteries have columns?
I don't know. The gates do sometimes. So anyways, yeah, he's dropping those. I think he should be monthly. We'll see what happens. So just cultclassichorror.com. Check it out. It's on the blog there. update. She Walks the Woods is done now as of I think late tonight, and we're sending off some screeners tomorrow to some sales agents, some distribution companies. So we'll see what happens.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on where you can watch that. Hopefully, pretty soon here, because we will need all the support we can get.
Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be good. It is good. I'm going to rewatch it again tonight and just skip through the scenes that I can't bear.
Yeah, the makeout
Rob
scenes.
just can't watch two people make out for some reason. I don't know why.
I can. It's just for some reason this scenario. I don't know why. I've never met these people either.
Well, you never met the people in other movies that you see in like Chopping Mall.
I don't know. I felt like I had a hand in this.
Yeah, well, you did.
I feel very perverted about this.
Oh goodness! All right.
It's not. It's actually worse than when I watched that Danny's movie and he parades in front of the camera.
Oh,
in his junk? He had a fluffer.
I did not. Whatever. That's just how it rests.
That's just how it rests. It's just how it rests.
Yep.
Yeah. He didn't tell me about it either. Oh yeah, no, it's available here now. You can check it out.
I shouldn't have ever even told you about it. It's horrible.
It's not bad.
I've never watched. I mean, I didn't watch the whole movie. Have you watched the whole movie?
No, I didn't watch the
whole movie either.
I mean, you were the best part of it.
What's it called again?
No, no one needs to know.
I know what the name of it is. I'm just not going to say it.
It's probably only for rent now on Amazon, so no one's going to watch it anyways.
Well, unless they go to Amazon and rent it.
Yeah, or possibly just buy it.
Yeah, well, no one's going to rent it. I mean, it was free. I don't know if it still is.
You don't want to rent it.
Honestly, I can't even remember what it's called right now.
The Corrupt Half.
Oh, God.
Whoops.
Shit.
Oh,
whoopsie daisy.
Shit.
Whoopsie daisy.
Shit.
It's my fault.
Don't you edit that out. Don't you dare edit that out.
I forgot.
If you happen to go on Amazon and watch The Corrupt Half.
New horror halftime. This is the new horror halftime. We want to see the Corrupt Half memes. And you'll know the scene that I'm talking about when it happens.
We gotta do Chopping Mall
Danny
memes.
Comes strutting across the camera and gave me no warning whatsoever.
If you're gonna rent it or watch it, at least leave a good review and mention my name so that I get credit for
your IMDb credit, right? Yeah. Jeez.
That's the new horror halftime. You have to comment. He does a very good job in the movie. That's why
no, I don't.
He does. Great. He does a very good job.
Don't.
That's why I casted him in this movie that we just did. And actually, Danny really is the best part of that movie.
That's probably true.
The acting chops were not what they are today. They were horrible.
I know, but they're much better now, and they were still good there.
And the movies are bad. It's very, 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 very low budget.
Yeah, it's like it's worse than a soap opera.
The quality of the film as a whole. I can only comment on like the 30 minutes I think that I watched until Danny leaves.
I'm only in it for like 5 minutes.
It's very hot and steamy 5 minutes.
Not really.
Oh my god, it was very hot and steamy.
No.
Yeah, be aware, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's just end this episode. I don't know who's screaming in the background here.
I think that might be Elliot.
Or Elliot. I don't know what's going on out there.
Both of your children are very vocal.
Yeah, they are. All right. All right. Okay. Well, join us next week for the burning.
Get your Chopping Mall memes in.
Yeah, follow us at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at O'Neilio40s, at Cult Classic Horror, at CC Horror on Twitter. Follow She Walks the Woods on everything, too. Cool. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.